Let's go!
There's always just that act when like defenders have been given like.
People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. With it being Friday, first things first, I hope everyone's has had a positive week, moving that much closer to their goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. Hopefully everybody's in good health, and I'd love to hope that remains the case for you and your loved ones. And obviously, I hope everyone's had a fantastic week, having a fantastic Friday, and has a better weekend. Obviously, Arsenal are playing at the weekend, which makes weekends that much sweeter, depending on the result, people, especially because we've got Brentford. And we spoke up, big up the Twitch gang. Make sure you're following on Twitch. I'm live at 4:30. I'm on Twitch, and we just came off a 10 a.m. live stream. We focused around Brentford and the fact of, they haven't won too many games in a row, really and truly. They haven't won too many games recently. We need to be taking 3 points. We need to be getting revenge. Hit the like button if you haven't. That being said, we all remember Everton's form, and to a degree, still Everton's form. They haven't picked up too many wins. Where have they picked up a win or some points against us? And I don't like to be this guy and talk about winnable games, because I feel it sounds cliche, but football matches aren't won on paper, definitely at this point in the season. But when you look at some of our fixtures, like for me, we should be beating Watford away. But because of the context and fighting relegation, sometimes Vicarage Road is not the best place for us to go to. There's that. The same logic with St. James's Park. Obviously, we've still got to play Liverpool, United, West Ham, Chelsea, Spurs, all of these sort of Wolves, all of these sort of sides. So these games are neither here nor there. Where it looks like we can pick up points, you should be. Our home form is all right. Brentford are, for me, a bit of media darlings. You'd have to go back to January when they picked up a Premier League victory, if I'm completely honest with you. I know they've got experienced players. They've come up through the Championship. They've got a fantastic manager, but we need to hit and hit hard. Obviously, this week we're seeing who people have as well. I actually think Spurs are going to beat City, but you've got Spurs City, you've got Wolves Leicester, hopefully Leeds United can do a job against Manchester United, Newcastle trying to stay in the division. Hopefully they can do a job against West Ham. We need to take our points. Obviously, narratives can change. Last week, Arsenal were the favourites, despite West Ham and Manchester United, respectively, both holding on at a time to 4th, and we're 6th. But if we lose and other teams win, where are we at with that? There's going to be different conclusions drawn every week from now to the end of the season. We need to rise to the challenge and take opportunities. Again, for me, one thing I don't really, Ivan Toney. I don't want Ivan Toney to get gassed off this game. I do like Ivan Toney. I like how he plays. I like his mentality. But as an Arsenal fan, it pees me off because he thinks he's messed. It's a bit like Eddie. Them man there think they're better than they are, people. So I hope we can make it difficult. Our home form has been good. Our form hasn't been the worst. We've been keeping clean sheets. We're going to need all our street smartness. I hope Tomiyasu is fit, because it's a windy day on the best of days, as you can see in North London or in London. It's going to be a windy day at the Emirates. We need to win our first and second balls, something that Toney and Brentford are going to live for. For me, we need Tomiyasu fit. Is Toney fit? I'm sure he is. They said he's fit for this game. But if he's not, then boy, they've still got Embuemo. Their fullbacks put balls into the box. Their centre-halves try and play. They've got Ethan Pinnock, who for me, boy, the Jamaican international, he's got to be the best in the league, isn't it? Like, between him, Ivan Toney, Leon Bailey, one of these guys have to win PFA Player of the Year. For me, them Jamaican internationals there have to be the best. I'm yet to see a defender defend to the standard of Ethan Pinnock, in my opinion. I can't lie to you. Banter aside, we need to be winning, innit? And let's actually look at Brentford's results, people. Before we get into everything, let's actually look at Brentford's results. Outside is a madness. Bins are flying. Beer things are happening. Stay in your yard if you can. Not me though. I'm still out here, but I've got things to do. Anyways, if you look at Brentford's results, people, quickly get involved in the poll as well. Obviously this week we've done OSHIMEN. We're gonna get into that, but we done OSHIMEN watch. We did Laturo Martinez watch. Technically ISAK, but I didn't. I only saw the highlights. But yeah, if you look at their last couple games from Brentford, the media darlings, the draw against Palace, that's the best result in a while, really. No shame in getting bopped 2-0 to City. No shame in that. But yeah, they've got a draw against Palace, 2-0 defeat, against Man City. They lost to Wolves. They lost to United. They lost to Liverpool. They lost to Southampton. They have won in the FA Cup. You'd have to go back to January the 2nd. Now, again, form goes out the window, but out of a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, they've got 3 points. Now, don't let that be a different case against Arsenal. And again, they're doing what they're doing in the league as well. If I was them, honestly, I'm sitting there and I'm saying, listen, our form turns around. We're playing Arsenal. We beat them before. They've got a younger squad than us. They're overrated. They're pampered. You know, they think they're special. I'm not saying these are true. This is all what I would be saying to if I was part of that Brentford unit. And I'm coming here to mess up whatever sort of positivity Arsenal fans are having, ironing up top 4, top 6. I'm going to complicate things. And for me, as a Brentford man, I'd want to do the double. I spoke about it on Twitch. People, hit the like button if you haven't. Let me go back on the Twitter account, which is Albino. Shout out to him. But you know, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I have some confidence in my team. I am nervous of the threat of Brentford. I don't know why, but I am. First and second balls, aerial duels. These are the things I need to see certified. But again, you know, we beat them in 2018 3-1 when they last visited the Emirates. But our form against them isn't necessarily the best. We've only beaten them twice out of a potential 11 league meetings. Christian Eriksen, in his last Premier League appearance, scored against Arsenal in the 2-2 draw at the Emirates. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to assume he might do a thing, really and truly. And again, Brentford, they've got Mbuemo, Tony if fit. They've got a couple of others. And one thing about Brentford, they're down for the scrap. They never fight. They never give up. You see some teams, you'll score against them, they'll curl into a ball. They're not on that. Apparently, Brentford's passing accuracy is of 61% in the opposition's half, is the lowest in the Premier League this season. So, boy, there's question marks. They said 38% of Brentford's goal attempts this season have come from set pieces. That's the highest portion in the top flight. Now, we've been all right from set pieces. We're going to need to be it. And you see what I'm saying? Respectfully, they're a championship side. They're going to have dark arts. They're going to be street smart. They're going to do little things to antagonize us. They're going to try and intimidate us. They're going to try to make the best of aerial duels. Now, hopefully, as we've shown, we did it 10 men down against Wolves. A man down to 10 men against Wolves. We're going to need to be at it. We're going to need to be at it. And again, it's probably going to be windy as hell in North London again. I don't even know if the game's going to be on, man. I mean, Eriksen will get booed because he's a Spurs lad. You know, we'll clap him for what he's gone on with and stuff like that. But he will get booed. And I'm sure Eriksen, obviously, big him up and stuff, but I'm sure Eriksen just wants to get on with life. I'm sure he wants to be booed and feel like a normal human being again. You know, again, if it was me, love for the support about my heart. Again, big him up for playing, but you'd probably just want to be moved on and not really be consistently reminded. Again, football provides an escape, and I'm sure, big up Eriksen, I'm sure he just wants to carry on with that. So I'm sure the Arsenal fans and everyone will clap him up again. Big him up for coming out from what he what happened to him. But I'm sure he would. He should get booed, Car. You're ex-Spurs, man. Let's get back to normal now. So again, we're going to have to be at it, people. And I'm sure the boys know it. It's a crucial week for us. You can't look ahead of too many teams. But as I said, you've got Spurs versus Man City. You've got Leeds, who haven't been quite the firing Leeds, welcoming Man United. You've got Newcastle against West Ham. You've got Wolves, Leicester. Someone's going to, pardon my language, someone's going to fuck up. Someone's going to drop points. It's going to be, it could be us this week. It might be us midweek. It will be us at some point in these 16 games left. So we're going to have to pattern. And for me, when you take your points like you should do against Brentford, you give yourself a solid grounding, if you could say that, to fall upon. You know, if you have, you know, because there will be, because you've taken 6 points, for assuming we beat them. If you lose against Wolves or something happens, you say, all right, cool, we can do a get back. You know, look at all's forgiven. I'm not saying all's forgiven at United, but for all the noise about how United are out of it and they dropped points against Burnley, and I'm sure there was it Southampton? Boy, they've patterned it. They're fourth now. Spurs, people can say what they want, and I hope we move away from them. But then no one's away from anyone. No one's moved away from anyone. And this is the sort of period, if we can just put a run of form, and the same goes for the other clubs, you can begin to make ground again. The games are running out. There's still a lot of football to be played, but we're ever closely approaching the end of the season. Before we know it, we're going to be in April. April the 13th is DG's birthday. Make sure you've written that down. I need plenty of gifts. I just want a small 60-inch TV, nothing big, some vapors and things like that. Kelly Rowland, just a couple calm things. Obviously, Arsenal have kept 5 clean sheets in our last 7 Premier League matches. 3 of the goals we've conceded have come from the penalty spot. Can we switch on? Can we end this with 10 men? Arsenal have won 5 and lost just 1 of our last 7 Premier League games. So we come into it in okay form. Not too many wins in amongst that, but you get the point. Our loss came against City. Brentford are the only team Arsenal have not won at least 1 match against in the Premier League. Time to put that right. And as I said, Brentford have won none of their last 7 games in all comps. You know, their 0-0 against Crystal Palace ended a run of 6 straight defeats. And again, honestly, if I'm Thomas Frank, I'm sitting there and saying our season starts now. Just like Burnley's form weren't the best. They bucked us. They got a point. If you're Brentford, you know what it is. You know, you know, movement off the ball, dark hearts. Again, first and second balls where we've done all right in the air. The midfield battle, try and overrun Arsenal's midfield. You know, but nobody for me does the underdog thing like Brentford. You know, Brentford relish that tag in my opinion. So we're gonna need to stand up to be counted, man. It's, you know, we can't just focus on Mbuemo and Ivan Toney and all these players. We're gonna need to stand up to be counted. We're going to need to. Obviously, where the lineup is concerned, it picks itself. If Tomiyasu training, if he's fit, I mean proper fit. I don't mean this Tomiyasu wants to put in a credit to him, wants to just play against Liverpool. If he's not properly fit, don't play him. I'd rather him not play today, and then you've got him for Wolves and all the other games. You know, lose a battle, win a war. We've got some difficult games. You know, in the grand scheme of things, I know we didn't really miss him too much in terms of the results. As much as you could say that about Tomiyasu, it was in vain against Liverpool, really. So can we manage him? But if Tomiyasu's fit, the back five picks itself, people, as you know. Tomiyasu, Tierney, the two centre-halves in Gabriel and obviously Ben White, who we're going to need you to be on it. Ramsdale behind them. In midfield, Xhaka, Partey. I think you lot might get overrun in midfield. Prove me wrong. Odegaard stays in the 10. For me, Smith Rowe comes back into the team and goes on that left. Fellow Haaland graduate in Saka on the right. And then through the middle, I'm going with Eddie and I'm chatting shit. You know it's Lacazette through that middle. So yeah, Ramsdale from back to front. Ramsdale, Tierney, Tomiyasu, the two centre-halves in Gabriel and Ben White. Obviously in midfield, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe on the left. On the right, you've got Saka, big Lacazette through the middle, man. It is what it is, man. So yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey. Don't be dissing Kelly Rowland. It's my babes, man. Better than Beyonce, 100%. Shout out Beyonce as well. But it is what it is. But you're right, though. He's saying man should be targeting Shenseea and that. Miss Banks and that. I know you all saw Miss Banks' video. Let me chill out. What you saying? You saying man need to be doing, does the shoe fit and all them things there, man. Philly, all the man there shout me. I'm trying to get to the bag as well. I'm sure Foot Asylum got enough peas for all of us. Look at that. Oh shit, who's that? Let me touch that. Oi, yeah, you real? Wee, sexy darling, boy, you mad. But staying on task, people, staying on task. One love for you lot tuned in. Make sure you're hitting the like button. On the topic of Arsenal Brentford, it's watch along business tomorrow, so make sure you're there, man. The link's been dropped. One love to the 3 people, 2 including myself, who have hit the like button on such already. But what's there to say about Brentford? They don't score too many goals. They're good, innit? Like, we need to stand up to be counted. Bit disappointed because I cannot see at this moment in time Mikel Arteta's press conference. Surely he's speaking today. We are playing tomorrow. Maybe I'm just too early and whatnot, people. So it is what it is in that regards. So let's see what's going on there, really. You know, we'll have to see. Obviously, we'll get into Aubameyang watch, transfer news, etc., etc. Get your talking points in, people. That's the Brentford segment done. I didn't want to go through all the things I said again, but we did, didn't we? I listen. I'm a God-fearing man. I was watching the Miss Banks video came across on my Twitter. I was looking at it for research purposes, and then I went to pray. All I do is watch football, talk about football. I don't know about any of that, but my word. Wait. Arsenal signing a striker or a day out with Miss Banks. I know what one I'm choosing, fella. Arsenal don't need a striker. Lacazette could be like a new signing. Balogun soon back for Middlesbrough. They don't need none of that. Anyway, so yeah, if Ivan Toney's out, then it is what it is, man. They've got other players. His fitness is probably touch and go. You need to come out of my FPL team then. And hopefully he continues to say fuck Brentford in that past hour. What's going on with Ivan Toney? Let me go on Brentford.com. I want to know exactly what's going on with Ivan Toney. Where's Brentford's website? There we have it. Let's see, team news. Well, he doesn't say much. Ivan, let me type in Ivan Toney on Twitter. Ivan Toney. Are you fit or not? If you're fit, then boy, it is what it is. Touch and go, man. But even then, they're Mbuemo, brother. And if like I said, if I'm Brentford, Arsenal are not a street smart team. They're learning to be that. We've come up through the championship, dark arts, off the ball, fine margins, things you can get away with the ref. Do these things. That's what I would be doing. Brentford are a good technical side. One thing I like about Brentford, they're actually able to sell players and replace them and get top money. We could learn a thing, you know. They sold Mupe, sold Watkins, sold Ben Rama, got a little Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney, I think their chest is high if they really want 50 million for him. But at some point, they will sell him. And there's probably that next Joe Bloggs that they're eyeing up front already, really and truly. Who knows? Maybe it's Eddie Nketiah. Eddie, please go to an English team so it goes down to a tribunal and Arsenal get some money, because you're going to leave for a grand fat total of effing nothing. We got the same amount of money for Eddie Nketiah as we did for Aaron Ramsey and Alexis Sanchez. Amazing steens, amazing stuff. Boy, in terms of a score prediction, by God's grace, I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, but I'm going to say a 2-1 Arsenal. A 2-0 for the vast majority of the game, and then we F up. But again, on the watch along tomorrow, I'll probably switch it up. It all depends what side of the bed I wake up. I might be optimistic as hell or pessimistic as hell. We'll talk about that tomorrow, innit? But that ends the preview segment. Boy, like I said, first and second balls. And I am missing Martinelli because he'll give the fullbacks something to think about. Brentford's fullbacks do get forward quite a lot, to be fair with you. So I hope everyone's doing well and safe, man. But yeah, what are you lot saying? I feel like I've been airing you lot, man. Again, take part in the votes. People, where are you lot? It's not even let me see it. Okay, in terms of it, I asked you lot who should Arsenal sign. If we can get any is another question. We're only at 56 likes. Keep running that up, people. Someone called me a muppet. That's cool. You know, that's cool, mate. I'll take that. Fair enough. I've definitely been called a lot worse. You know, takes one to know one. I'm not even gonna get onto your mum. You know, I'll save that for the next person. Anyways, who should Arsenal sign? Martinez is winning it. You've got Martinez in first. You've got OSHIMEN in second. You've got ISAK third, and you ain't got ISAK third. You've got Jonathan David third, and you've got ISAK last. I think they've all got different qualities. If I'm completely honest with you, 1 second, we might as well make this segment a timestamp. Now, there's things to like about both players. I mean, if I look at OSHIMEN, I'd say Martinez is my first choice, but only just. I really like OSHIMEN. First thing I'd say, bloody hell, mate, stay on side based on yesterday's game. But I like the runs he makes. He makes lovely runs off the last man's shoulder. He makes lovely direct runs. He's quick. He's strong. He scores. There's variety in his goals. I think going to Barcelona yesterday, you're never, as good as Napoli are on the ball, you're not going to get much service. You're on your own. And I think he had a lot of variety in his chances. I think at times he stretched Barcelona well in minimum chances, but he did. I like OSHIMEN. I think he's got a lot to his game. I really do. You know, he's come back from his injury. He's obviously someone we've known about since 17 years of age. He's done the hard grafts, really. He's developed the right way. I really do like him. The only issue is, do Napoli want to deal with us? They've got Koulibaly in that death row contract. You know, Fabian Ruiz, another player we should be looking at. Again, Champions League clubs are going to be onto him. You know, if I was Barcelona, boy, you shouldn't have let him leave the Camp Nou last night, really. You know, wonder of a left foot, fantastic balance, great in tight spaces and all of that, man. It is what it is. So I'd be looking. I would love Fabio Ruiz contracted until 2023. I'd love Pedri because he was a great watch, but you know we only got a chance of getting Pedri at 35. Same for Haaland. But yeah, man, back to OSHIMEN. I like what I've seen for Lautaro Martinez. I do think he could play by himself up front, but we'd have to tailor the way we play. I think he would struggle. You know, I do think against Liverpool, you're going to struggle against the physical powerhouses of Konate and Van Dijk. He had chances he should have done better with, but I do like the fact that he drops deep. He does work hard. I do like his attitude. He's got that. And knowing Arsenal, he probably would get sent off. He's got that South American fire. And like OSHIMEN, he's got variety to his game. In terms of being a specific number 9, like hanging on the last shoulder, I think he prefers to drop deep and he'll let another man make a more direct run and then get in the space that's left behind. For Jonathan David's case, well, that was based on OSHIMEN and Martinez from what I've seen. Martinez didn't have the best of auditions against Liverpool, as I said. Jonathan David, for me, in the last 18 months has developed quite a lot. You know, still a lot to develop on, but I'm liking that. And I feel now you can have the stamp of approval. For ISAK, I like him. I think you'd struggle physically. I think you'd struggle to score goals. I do think, as talented as he is, the bar with Arsenal fans is on the floor. You're lying to yourself if you say he set the world alight in the Euro. Slightly, Braithwaite was better than him. Like when you look at what Denmark did, slightly. You know, ISAK's highlights, respectfully, is a shot going off target against Spain and went in the back of the net. You know, let's be real. I'm not criticizing him, but I just don't. I don't get it. You know. ISAK's a good player. All of these guys would probably, you know, for Martinez, I think you'd suffer a culture shock. ISAK, I think you'd struggle physically. OSHIMEN, I think you'd suffer the Aubameyang problem in that we're not going to, not that you're service reliant, you do drop deep, but I don't think we're going to give you service. Jonathan David, I do like the look of you. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we probably won't cross the ball for you. So there'll probably be some issues within that regards. Martinez, ISAK, David, OSHIMEN. We need RUIZ. Sorry, folks, that's just a timestamp. 64 likes, good, but it could be better, people. It could be better. This win nearly blew my blood clot this morning. Boy, the win outside is mad, very mad. Who do you think will replace Martinelli for the Brentford game? Smith Rowe or Pepe? I'd go for Pepe. If he has a big game, it would be great for his confidence, although Smith Rowe might be more of the sensible option. I hear you, but it's not that I don't care about a man's confidence. I care about the 3 points, and I just feel Smith Rowe is one of our best performing players this season. Can count himself unlucky that we can't name 12 players. I'll back Pepe. I want Pepe to get more minutes, but for me, I'd feel a lot more comfortable with Smith Rowe through the middle, and I think that's the better option for me in terms of the balance and all these things. Not sure, but I'd say OSHIMEN or David. Good morning, DJ and the gang. Hope everyone's staying clear of any trees today with the storm coming up. I think I've kind of answered that about predictions for Brentford. Hopefully it's 2-1 in our favour. Personally, OSHIMEN and David as the two other ones. Again, no one's right, no one's wrong. I just like the variety. You know, if you can explain why you would want these players, it'd be good. Victor is the best of the lot. I hear that. I voted for OSHIMEN. Shout out Terry, or Terrence as you are now. Terrence Williams, South London. Come on. David and OSHIMEN, in my opinion, voted for David. Everyone voted in the poll. Very interesting. No one's right, no one's wrong. It's just interesting to see what people would like. I think Tomiyasu is fit, came back to training early in the week. I hear it. Just about the poll, I'm a huge Canadian fan, and I used to be hesitant about David, but the way he's developed in the last 6 months has been insane. Exactly. Finishing is very clinical and great hold-up play. I hear that. And I just like Jonathan David. I think he's got variety in his game. You know, again, for me, I like to see that eureka moment. And I feel with strikers, it's a very, you have to move right. You could watch someone for a 3-year period. In year one, they're not quite ready. In year two, you're seeing development, or they might be shaky. Year three, there's confirmation. And I think Jonathan David is really, I think he's adapted. I think his game's gone up from Belgium to France. There's still obviously question marks. Can you do it in the league? But I see a lot of variety in his game, and especially when I'm watching you against PSG and things like that. So for me, he gets a good look. He gets a good look in. I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to score the goals and that, because I don't know if he's as natural a goal scorer like for me, OSHIMEN and things like that. But yeah, man, OSHIMEN would be great, man. Be great. Carry, you know, and especially with what AFCON is moving to the summers now. Forgive me if I'm wrong. There's no excuse. And obviously, it'd be good for the Nigerians out there. We've got a massive fan base in Nigeria. It'd be nice to get, you know, to have another striker there. One love to Kanu. We got to start acting like a big club again, even though every game is hard. They're all must wins. I hear that, and I think we're going to try and win all of them, but probably naive to expect us to do all of that. Ivan Toney is out. Good luck. But again, when we played Brighton, they never had Webster and Bissouma, if I remember correctly. When we played Palace, there was no Zaha. So even if Tony's out, that should be more reason to buck up our ideas. Really and truly. We have to watch out for Eriksen due to smashing a banger. It's written in the stars he scores, isn't it? Written in it. With the win, Partey's shot should go in. I don't know, man. Or maybe they'll go further, man. You know, maybe one of them footballs will end up in Accra. I don't know. Make sure to turn on the notifications for when DG goes live on YouTube and subscribe to his Twitch. Also, make sure to tune into tomorrow's live stream, Arsenal versus Brentford, tomorrow at 2. I don't know where the 2:30s come from, but it's at 2. Was pissed when I saw we're playing Wolves again soon. They're going to be fuming after we got that away form. Bring it on, man. Bring it on. Bring it on. It is what it is, man. Target on our backs. Let them, you know, you lot should want to mash them up. Appreciate that. DJ almost took his jacket off. Aye, man. Growth, man. Growth. G1, I don't know why people want to give me verbal. I'd want it, you know, I understand why that JD brother did. Look at the man's face, bro. Baby mom's out there touching her breast and them thing there. Come on, man. Come on, look at the good look. She wants a taste of this. Come on, man. I'm in my prime, bro. them galley want me like how Arsenal want a centre mid and striker. So I understand, man. I understand. Oh, he's probably there saying, oh, you ain't got a beard though. My man's probably sitting there with a beard. You know the man there that have to act like their face is a toilet seat to get gal and shit on man's name, bro. JD, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm onto you. It's Friday. I'm onto you. Suck your mum. Anyways, let's stay professional because if any brands are looking, come on, I'm a professional guy. I can be professional. I'm just moving mad right now. But moving away from that, anyways, that RUIZ brothers a tricky customer as well. It's the blackie, innit? Hopefully the windy weather helps us and Ben White turns into Ben Kite to get up for a headed winner. Boy. Man said he's in Babylon land. Boy. This is the kind of game we usually F up when it counts. Don't say that. Positivity, man. Positivity. Let's be positive, man. Arteta might do something booky. I can see Nketiah is starting. Hope not. But then again, Laka, really, the bar's on the floor because you've missed chances. In another team, you probably have to come out of this thing. CS is saying 3-1 Arsenal. I think we'll win 2-0 with a good performance. 4-0 Arsenal. Saka versus Rico Henry should be good. Sancho is not just him, bro. Pardon me, Sandro. Him against everyone. Really tripled up and whatnot. Crazy. It's not like your bro G1. I don't know why people give you unnecessary verbal, man. It's the internet, innit? This is the keyboards, you know. Dons are weird. Normally, when I get post not clarity, I start thinking about the problems I can solve in my life. Certain people probably bust their nut to Kelly Divine or whatever, and then they come and abuse the thing. And you know what kills me? Man, are typing it with sticky fingers, and they're probably forgetting and touching their face. You nasty twats. Anyways, some of them probably don't even clean their skin, bro. You mad? Some of you are chatting to me with an ashy face, bro. Do you know how mad that is? Some of you got white marks on your face, on your face and your hands, the corners, and you're gassing me. Some of you ain't brushed your teeth and you're sending for the guy. Allow it, bro. Allow it, man. If I was you, I'd hate me too, man. I'd hate me too. You know, flexing and finessing, man. Bro, it is what it is. The way you deal with trolls, those on top or on their way will always get haters. But it is what it is. You take it in jest, man. You take it in jest. I love it. Osman's got the African power. DG, Striker, or Gnabry, who would you prefer? Oof. I think Gnabry, could play as a false nine. What striker, though? If we're getting someone meaty, then Gnabry. If we're trying to do this proper thing, this OSHIMEN, this Martinez, these things like that, then it's a bit different. I'd probably more sides towards Gnabry. I know it's not what we need specifically as a number 9, but yeah, man. OSHIMEN is the most complete, can do everything. To be fair with you, I don't see anything that. Yeah, you're right, but I don't see anything in OSHIMEN's game, for example, that someone like ISAK can't do. I think the thing is goals. I don't know if ISAK is going to be able to score goals. I think ISAK, out of them, he probably struggle in the first 6 months. But you're right, man. I think ISAK and OSHIMEN, they're more my sort of players in terms of how they are off the ball. Martinez the same. David probably last in that, even though it's improving. Jonathan David will be too expensive for all he is. I hear it, but all of them are going to be expensive. And surely dealing with Lille would be the easiest because they know how we work. They're a selling club, respectfully to Lille. We got Zhang for Pepe. We had better success with Gabriel and them things there. So maybe, man. Wasn't OSHIMEN argue with his own fans? I like that. Means he doesn't take bullshit then, innit? Man said, this is like asking a starving man if they want caviar or filet mignon. I will take a cheeseburger at this point in time. Hear it. They're losing Insigne, so it might be slightly harder to attain OSHIMEN. It's true, but saying that, they've known about it, really. Money talks. I think Napoli will be out of all them clubs the toughest negotiators. You know, if ISAK puts pressure on Sociedad and we do our bit, then you could probably grab him. But then again, they could refer you to his release clause. Martinez, Inter, unless they bring in a striker, Edin Dzeko's a bit inconsistent in my opinion. I don't know if and he just signed a new deal as well. Unless he forces the boat out, I can't see it happening. 60 million euros Spurs agreed last year. Things can change, but he's hardly setting the world alight again. His highlight is probably just spitting in someone's face in that league. So you could get him. I would say David is probably the easiest attained. ISAK, if you're going to slap that release clause, which he's not necessarily worth. So it kind of puts you between a rock and a hard place, really. And I'm sure there's other targets as well. Martinez as a solo striker is very meaty, but he can do that general play BS that we're demanding. Arsenal has to beat teams like Brentford at home. Otherwise, we won't have a single chance of top 4. David, I believe, will have the quickest adapting period. Martinez got that got that Alexis Sanchez thing to him. South Americans are built different. For me, I like Martinez, but I have a feeling about OSHIMEN. I think he adapts to the league quicker, but we need two. Last international break was a big eye opener. Only had a few opportunities, and him and Lauren together would take any chances they get. Shout to the Nigerians out there, of course. Martinez needs too much support up top. ISAK is meaty. My idea would be him and Calvert-Lewin if possible. I don't think we're going to get two marquee names. I think you'd get one of these guys we're talking about, if anything, which we have to take with a pinch of salt. And then maybe you get a little young-ish, unknown sort of project guy. Should Pepe start in place of Laka? No. Rico Henry can play for Jamaica. I mean, the name Rico gives it away, innit? Why not bring him? I'm not a savage. I'm not in top form. It's just, bro, man's allowed to hit. I feel like Xhaka sometimes. You take a lot of bullshit. Sometimes you have to tell man, fuck off, bro. What do you think this is? This ain't no customer is always right thing. Like, sometimes every now and again I say, oh, well, DJ, I like you, but then this and that. Shut up, man. Bro, if you send for me, man's allowed to send back. Like, this is the thing as well. You don't make me feel like a bad guy because I will shut my mouth. Like, 11 people will say something hurtful. And it comes with the territory, people. The 12th person, I'll be like, I've got time for you today, you know. I'm on to you today. Everyone's like, you're the bad guy. Because I remember once, years ago, I had to delete the tweet. Dons were getting on. I can't remember why, but some people in my DMs, in my mentions, and this one brother got at me. I don't even know where he's from, but I just looked at him. I was like, bro, you look like a what's it, you know? You actually look like a what's it. I replied to him, and then he blocked, man. Then he's DM me on another account. Oh, you didn't have to say that to man. I replied, suck your mum. What do you think this is? Allow me, man. Don't send for people. Like, come on, man. I was one of the shortest in school, you know. You can already tell, man, to be quick with it, man. Quick with it. And then be able to throw up the dudes because it's not just a talking thing. Like, you have to back the chat, man. It is what it is, but away from that. Wish Doster Silva was fit. Would have been nice to see him return. Trust. OSHIMEN, man against Barca kept getting offside. Trust, he don't know the offside rules. Like I said earlier, he's moving crazy. Unpopular opinion, if we don't get top four, we shouldn't spend crazy. A striker and a centre mid, 8 million combined. Don't want to go through the same cycle again. If you can do it for 10 quid or you do it for 200 million, I just want minimum 2 strikers. You know, I don't think, unpopular opinion for me, I don't think, regardless where you finish, the objective needs to stay the same. Of course, the goalpost moves. I don't know if you get Champions League, you might be able to, pennies might be able to stretch a bit more for some bigger talents and things like that. Europa League, boy, it is where it is. No Europe, then it is where it is. Without Europe or without the guarantee that we were going to get Europe, on one hand, it is the Arsenal we tried BS ultimately to get nothing. But on the other hand, if they were willing to aggressively go for Vlahovic and pay whatever it was with no Europe, with no guarantee of us getting top 4, top 6 for as good as it's been, I have to be inclined to believe there's peace there. So for me, minimum, I would say you need two positions, a midfielder and a striker. If it was in my way and I was able to do things, easier said than done, but you get your striker that can immediately impact this team. You get your centre mid that can immediately impact this team. You get a number 8 that is a more of a medium to long-term sort of guy, similar to Lokonga. He can do his thing. And you get a striker. And for me, you know, the bar's on the floor because Lacazette is starting because he works hard and he presses and he drops deep. Things that you should be doing anyways, right? You should be able to find someone that could do that. I know there's a lack of quality strikers, but, you know, if goals aren't necessarily the thing beyond the obvious and it's just a general play thing, you should not struggle to find that. You should be able to find someone in their early to mid-20s that can link up play, that can drop deep. Arteta's been in the job for a while, so as they do. I'm sure they talk about the profile of striker they want. Last summer, it was Lautaro Martinez and Tammy / Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Obviously, the Vlahovic one has been thrown in. Isak's been thrown in. David's been thrown in. Feel free to help me if there's any other names. You get the point. They know what they want. Of course, there's household names, players that us as fans, we ain't got we scout and we're not watching millions of football to know millions and thousands of players. But they should. Your plan A's, your plan B's, your plan C's. Again, once September comes, once again, no excuses. I don't care if we tried. Results game business. You could try hard, but if you try hard and don't pass your driving test, then you can't become a truck driver, innit? Trying only gets you so far in life. Martinez will be a beautiful signing, but I think we need an aerial threat at the same time. How much do you think OSHIMEN would cost? Probably 60, 70, probably around. Napoli are dangerous, well, not dangerous, but they're difficult to negotiate with. So, boy. Only 83 likes, bunch of freeloaders in this chat. Unexpected high bills due. Smash the likes or unexpected high bills and subscribe. Road to 50k and Twitch road to 10k. Lit community. Shout out to you, man. And on the topic of Twitch, we're playing Football Manager at 4:30. You lot wanted to play Charlton. I'm doing an unemployed save and I have to continue my Charlton save. Operation Martinelli through the middle has to happen at some point. But I would like it to be like he's in a healthy space where he can play. You've got someone that can do this thing, and then him. From now to the end of the season, if there's any peeing about with Lacazette or injuries, for me, Martinelli goes through the middle. I'm not really here for the other thing, man. Give Pepe back to Leo and bring Jonathan David back on return. OSHIMEN and take a shot at a 10 million second striker like we pulled for Martinelli to be the second striker. DG, with the success of our set piece coach so far, what type of coach would you like to see brought in? I think we need a dark arts coach. I think that's what Arteta needs to do. He needs to promote that. You know, Jose does it, Pep does it, Klopp does it. You know, I'd say he needs to do that. You're right. Shout out the set piece coach. He's doing a mazza. I wouldn't know, man. That maybe an attacking coach, put the ball in the back of the net, mate. Do you know what? I would say another set piece coach. But to be able to, man, able to take corners. Like again, I love Saka. I love everyone, but I don't think we take corners well enough. And maybe a coach to help us strike the ball. Because I do think for Saka, if you learn to kick that ball like a grown man, respectively, consistently, that's the only thing stopping you. You need to be able to leng it. You need to be, well, you know, if I could take Partey's ability to leng it and give it to Saka, we might be all right. Although Saka, maybe that's too much power. It is what it is, man. Nah, it makes the content, man. Boy, would you swap David for Pepe and get Serge if he's able? Boy, I don't think it's gonna happen like that. How much is Gnabry gonna cost? And it seems like he's still gonna stay at Munich. And I know he used to be at Arsenal, but if I was Gnabry, when you should always make decisions with no emotion. There has to be emotion behind it. But there's emotion in everything we do, or life would be boring. But away from emotion, 26 years of age is coming to Arsenal the right decision for Gnabry. If best case scenario in the next 2 to 4 years, if we turn it around, you'll be 30, fair play. But being at Bayern Munich, the people that would be interested in you if you were available this summer or for free, is this the best place to spend your prime? The answer is probably no. If he did, cool. And devil's advocate, I can't lie, I'd have to be questioning Gnabry's mentality. It's got to that point. Some players, listen, big up Arteta, big up Arsenal, but like it's got to that point as an Arsenal fan for me. Top players that come here, I'm looking at you now. Like I don't. On one hand, yeah, you want to play. Arsenal's a big club, all these things, but then I'm looking at it like, raw, cynically. You know, we've been a mess. You know, the expectations are on the floor. Fan standards are on the floor. Fans pray some BS when they're ready. You know, I'm not, and I do the same. On one hand, I praise a lot, like not to make it about Lacazette. I like the fact Lacazette links up play, drops deep and things, but the bar's on the floor. Man, overcompensate with this to the point where people are dropping their knickers for new deals. El Nene plays one half decent game a year, respectfully to El Nene. People are talking about new deals. Fans can be hypocrites. I feel fans, some fans bury their heads in the sand and in both ways, positively and negatively. But I think fans call the club mediocre, and a lot of things that fans talk about, they don't advocate in their own lives or advocate in the logic of what they're talking about. Really and truly. I take OSHIMEN as number one, then Origi on a free. Now Origi can stay at yard, man. That's dead, man. Respectfully, Origi's a good player, cult hero, but you know, we're trying to move away from mediocrity. You know, our thing is not Liverpool. We haven't got Salah and all these guys. You know, if they were just looking at Origi to score goals, they'd be in trouble. At 26 years, I'm sorry, but, you know, to be fair, maybe his one goal could be what gets us into Europe. And this isn't an attack on Origi. It's just we need people that are going to do this thing. 40 goals and 167 appearances for Liverpool Football Club. 103 Premier League appearances, 21 goals. This isn't the thing, man. I'm sorry. This is not some 3 goals in 31 for Belgium. This isn't the thing, man. This isn't the thing. Shout out to him because he's actually got 5 and 10 this season. You know, typically once you like Pogba, really, once your deal's running out the form, then the numbers are moving brazy. I'm not with the Origi thing. That's a brazy one, man. Jonathan David is a good player to take on the come up. Martinez actually scores bare headers despite being short, kind of like Jota in that regard. And then it becomes a case of movement. City might pull a madness on Spurs this weekend. I hear you, but I think Spurs might just do it, you know. I'm scared. And I'm not trying to criticize, I'm not even trying to criticize Origi, but, you know, without emotion, that's not someone to bring in. Like, we can't just be bringing in spare parts for the sake of it. Should we trust Nketiah or does he trust himself? That's a brazy one, man. I don't know. I really don't know. Does he trust himself? It's got too late to trust him, man. Eddie's record is media as well. Like, I trust him in the cups. Anytime, respectfully, we play someone half decent, is peak for him, really and truly. You know, it's peak for Eddie. You play someone half decent, he's in trouble. Respectfully, again, this is what man's seeing. Like, it is what it is. Sorry, people. Let's get into some. Is Arteta scheduled to talk today, or are we just not doing a press conference? Well, Eddie, but Eddie's meaty, man. Like, I think he's gonna be a decent player. I don't like how people have written him off, but some people are just not made for this. Like, us and you need to go another way. You know, it's just the way the world works, man. It is what it is. But yeah, let's get into this transfer news and all this Spotify stuff and all of this stuff. Spurs are down and out, my brother. They're getting buried. I hope so, but Spurs are bookie, man. That's what gives me more reason for concern. Allegedly, Arsenal. I haven't read this, people. I just saw this morning and thought we'll talk about it. Arsenal snubbed Spotify bid to change Emirates Stadium name before Barcelona's £236 million deal. I mean, we must assume that the Emirates one is treating us better. Spotify are set to complete a huge deal with Barcelona for the naming rights on the Camp Nou. It could be a game changer. That's great for Barcelona. I don't really care. Spotify co-owner Daniel Ek was interested in trying to buy Arsenal from Stan Kroenke in a very public push, which has been dismissed as a non-starter by current ownership. However, Spotify originally came to the table at Arsenal looking to do a stadium naming rights deal, which would help spark the takeover push, though neither came to fruition. Stadium naming rights are hugely attractive to clubs as they are difficult to quantify, very lucrative, and it is effectively free money. Arsenal this week confirmed they're looking at doing major improvements to the Emirates Stadium. So, yeah, that's that, people. It's a bit of a joy killer. Yeah, but I was getting excited. I thought my man was coming back to buy the club and all of them things there. Anywho, that's that, people. What's all of this now? Again, another article. Xavi in subtle dig at Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta over Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang fallout. Jacob leaks. I bet you'll be in a neek. I bet there's nothing in this. Xavi has aimed a dig at Mikel Arteta over the fallout the boss had with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang during his final months at the Emirates Stadium. Let me see what he did. I bet you'll be in a neek and gassing it. Xavi dismissed Arteta's previous claims Aubameyang was a problem player by labeling him as very professional. He's not going to say anything else. He said he's training very well. He should have had an assist if it wasn't for Ferran Torres yesterday. He's training very well. He needed stronger sessions. He's already 100%, and we will see him play for sure. He's a player who can make a difference. He works well in spaces and makes good runs into the area. He wasn't saying none of this before he was your player. He puts in performances in recent years that have been very good. I'm very happy with him. He's working positively in our group. He is very professional. Doesn't seem anything like a dig, people. And then that's what Arteta said. We've already seen that. What's all of this? Arsenal living to regret snubbing Unai Emery's glowing 12.5 transfer recommendation. And we all saw a Konku bag once again for Leipzig in their draw in the Europa League. And he's having a fantastic season. You know, I know the World Cup's in the winter, but if it was in the summer, I don't know if he would, but surely he would be in with a shout. I mean, Emery had done a lot wrong, but he wanted Partey, he wanted Nkunku, and he wanted Fabinho. Had that have been done, I think he would have stunk out the midfield same way, but these would have been great options, really. And regardless, the players that he was thrown, he could have done a lot better with. You know, you didn't get Partey or Fabinho, you got Torreira, then you started playing him as a 10. So, yeah, man, Nkunku's gone from strength to strength. We know this. We know he's doing a Mazza. He's going to cost about 50 or more now. You know, Bayern Munich allegedly want him. Smash the like button if you haven't. Nkunku false 9. Can we just get? Listen. I'm here for false nines. I'm here for inverted wingers. But fundamentally, we just need people who are going to do their jobs. Get a number 9 first, and then start doing all these things. Because there's going to be times false 9, bro. We don't need dropping deep and all these things. We need goals. Can we just? What football's meant? I know football's developed, but can we just get guys by the books first and then start doing that? It'd be very different if we are relying on Nkunku for goals. The variables change. Nonetheless, I like him and he's got a lot of potential, people. Away from all of that, though, allegedly, Arsenal add Lautaro Martinez to their 3-man shortlist along with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and ISAK. If it's out of all 3 of them, I want Martinez, then ISAK, /ISAK better yet, and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We already know we have a shortage of strikers. We already know Lacazette and Eddie are gone. And I wonder what we're going to do with Balogun. Does he go back out on loan? Does he stay at least initially until another striker comes in? Does he become the second choice striker, almost the Lacazette to the Aubameyang sort of thing? I don't know. There's a case to say maybe Balogun gets opportunities. Me personally, I think it's best that he has a full season either remaining at Middlesbrough or going somewhere else on loan away from all of this and just developing. Balogun hasn't set the world alight at Middlesbrough. I'm not expecting him to. He's a young man trying to learn. Arsenal have added Lautaro Martinez to their shortlist of summer striker options, according to reports. Full circle, didn't we try to get him last year? The Gunners have just 2 recognised forwards at the club. Lacazette and Nketiah, both players are running down their deals, people. Aubameyang was let go. Vlahovic move did not bang. That was so scatty, my man, drinking this sweat, man. What a bizarre individual. But anyways, away from that crisis. According to this Italian publication, Arsenal have listed Martinez as a possible option, but face competition from City. City, they could go for him, but it felt like they could have had him last year. They didn't. Spurs agreed a deal. For whatever reason, it didn't happen. They might still go back in for him. Martinez has been promising this season, people. He's got 11 in 22. He's got 19 goals in. He got 19 goals in all comps last year, and him and Lukaku had a good partnership. He's got a 94 million release clause, and he signed a new deal last season until 2026. So he's gonna have to force his way. As claimed by the Sun, Arsenal are plotting a remarkable 180 million spending spree next summer. War Chest FC, can we? Whether you have to spend £18 or 180. I'm not gassed by signings because, unpopular opinion, we have been spending money. We haven't got too much bang for our buck. Spend correctly. As long as these people tie into the system and what you're doing, it is what it is, people. Because look at Liverpool. It doesn't matter if it was big fees on Alisson or more modest fees on, at the time, Salah. And I would say Jota was a modest fee. Everybody's banked because they've done their homework on how these players can improve in the short, impact them in the short term, how they can improve in the long term and medium term. Hit the like button if you haven't. One love to the 300 of you locked in. Pardon me. Isak's got a £75 million release clause. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's on big boy P's. There's got to be money there. If we was ready to do something for Vlahovic in January, if it could happen. On one hand, yeah, we're going for players that it looks like we've got no choice. We were told from October he's not on it. He wants to go Juventus. We tried only go so far. But on the other hand, there must be, You need to get a striker. You 2 signings minimum. You've got your backup goalie. You need a backup right back. But immediately, to have a first choice 11, I think we have a first choice 9. You need a midfielder and a striker. Me personally, anyways. But yeah, that's that where that is concerned. Again, the same rumors are coming back. Koku, Feyenoord midfielder, has been tipped for an Arsenal move. Allegedly, he's looking good abroad. Former Feyenoord star says Arsenal would be an ideal move for Orkan Koku, which is brazy again, which we were going through this again. Koku also looks good internationally, perhaps not at the absolute top, but at the sub-top clubs like Arsenal. All right. I'll let that one slide. Koku may be worth 50 or 60 million in the future. He has so much energy now. You always see him sprinting back meters when losing the ball. You're going to make Arteta horny with that one. He's finally got the fitness he needs, and that's a compliment to the staff because they're responsible for that plan. If you're at 18 years old, you play in Feyenoord 1 and you train several times a week, you think this is enough. De Vrij was also a bit older when he decided to invest more in himself. So, bring him if need be. Torreira's agent is expecting the Arsenal midfielder to make his loan move permanent in the summer, which is great because it makes Edu go and get a decent fee because summer is going... Edu, you need to earn your chops. Not really impressed with you in January, beyond the obvious. I wouldn't say I'm impressed with Edu specifically, even last summer. I'll give you credit. You've clearly played a part in the recruitment, but from rumours, via the mouth child of Arsenal, the Athletic, you wanted... These guys might have banged, but you wanted Neto. Someone wanted Ramsdale. You wanted Emerson Royal. Someone wanted Tomiyasu. You wanted some other centre back. Someone wanted Ben White. The only signing Arteta didn't go against you is Tavares, because the analytical staff brought that one to the table. And as we know, we've got a lot we're saving wages, doing all these things, but we need a plan. I keep hearing we have plans. I heard we had a plan going into January. We had a plan last summer. On the face of it, we improved the spine and did what we needed to. But we still went into this season with question marks over the strikers. Yes, it's been exaggerated with Lacazette's contract, his form, Eddie the same, and Aubameyang moving mad. But we've needed the striker thing. And in the future, we need to replace these things before they're at our door. We're waiting until the milk's run out in the fridge and saying, oh, well, no one can make no tea. It's brazy, And for Eddie, I don't expect you to do everything, but you've got a big summer. You've got Torreira, who we're going to read this, looks to be going, but 2023 contract. Hector Bellerin, I don't know if Batista are going to keep him, 2023. Leno has said, I want to keep it moving, 2023. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, not setting the world alight at Roma, could have got 20 million from Everton and Wolves once upon a time, 2023. Get Saka a new deal. Like you did with Smith Rowe and Tierney, Saka new deal, Martinelli new deal, Saliba new deal, make a decision over Pepe, and any other things Arteta wants to do in terms of incomings and outgoings. It's going to be a big one, people. It is what it is. What have you said? DJ and AFTV pronouncing Kroenke like it's got that exotic accent on the E, hitting it like Kroenke. Just love here though, bro, before I'm told. No, I won't tell you to tell your mum, man. It's not that deep, man. I'm not that guy. It's only when the people want to hate and take shout out to you, but I said that, bro. Sorry, my man. I was born in France, bro. I was born in France. That's why man's got the little accent. I apologize. It's gone now, but you get it. Well, anyways, Torreira's agent is expecting the Arsenal midfielder to make his loan move to Fiorentina permanently this summer. Thank you. Good riddance. But anyways, Fiorentina logically want to buy him because he's playing very well. He has returned to having an impressive continuity and dynamism. Torreira is happy in Florence, and I think they will take him. To date, he is one of the most loved players by the fans. That's great, man. I'm sure you are. So that's great. That's great. You keep doing your thing, and that means you, Mavropanos, and Guendouzi more or less gone, really. Again, well, obviously, man's a Juventus fan as well, but for you Arsenal fans out there, I'm sure you don't want to see this again. Arsenal are angry. Agent says Gunners fuming after transfer failure. Who cares? The anger can't do nothing. The man's gone. Torreira's agent claims Arsenal are angry after missing out on the Uruguayan's Fiorentina teammate Dusan Vlahovic. I mean, we didn't need an agent to tell us that, but nonetheless. Now Arsenal are a bit angry because they wanted Vlahovic. Fiorentina wanted to sell him, but the agent said he had to go to Juventus. You always do what the player wants. True. Not all the time. A lot of these players coming through South America get shagged, and actually people coming through Serbia as well. Torreira is happy, blah, blah, blah. We've already read that. I don't give a fuck about Torreira's happiness, man. Respectfully, Matt Turner, again, respectfully, I like the come-up story, but as an Arsenal fan, I'm getting tired of the sub-stories, the dramas, to be a footballer, I had to walk 1,000,000 miles. I just want good footballers now. I'm tired of the stories, man. So big up Matt Turner for getting the club, and I like the way he's talking and things, but I am getting quite tired of these things, man. Everyone's got some drama. We've all got a sub story. We've all got a zero to hero. I've got one that we don't need to carry on with it. Allegedly, he said, when I got my first choice with the national team, it was only as a number 3. No one ever really took me seriously. So I'm not going over there just to collect a check and ride off into the sunset. That's great. We don't want you to. Go and push Ramsdale and whoever. And he's actually said that. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to push Aaron and continue to help him get better and help myself get better. He went on to say, you dream, you don't really see a clear path of how it's going to happen, but you just trust the work and trust your dream every single day and continue to work hard. Be self-aware, know what you need to work on, and listen to the coaches around you. Love to hear that. Understand that it's really challenging to get your foot in the door, so it's really hard to say no to not only the chance to go fulfill a dream, but also to challenge myself at the highest level and play for one of the biggest, most recognizable brands in the world in Arsenal. And I hear you, I don't really like the brand word, and you did say soccer in one of your comments, so you hear me? I'm really looking at you a bit crazy, but yeah, man, it is what it is. Shout out to him for that, and it's great, but man's not here for this, man. Like, again, this 10% luck, 50% skill, and all of it. We've all got sub stories, bro. And I like how he's moving with this thing, man. What's this? And he said it won't hurt his chances going to go into Arsenal as well. He paused that. He actually had some more comments. At the end of the day, it's going to be about how I continue to progress. I'll play in almost 20 games in the early parts of the season and then get the move overseas and get into understanding, get to work in understanding. Sorry, I need my glasses. A new culture, a new way of life, a different league, quality players from top to bottom. That will really help me. He went on to add on, it will be more exposure to that type of play. I think it's going to help me in the long run. I think I'm in a pretty good spot, and I really liked how everything's progressing. When I first started, I was trying to become a professional soccer player. Anywho, most teams said no. I came in and I was third. I was two. When I got my chance with the national team, it was only as number 3. No one ever really took me seriously. So I'm not going there to just collect a paycheck and ride off into the sun. That's great, because that ties in with what I like our new recruits. They got the mentality, but respectfully, I don't care what you've done in America now. It's what you do at Arsenal. And I like the mentality, but the sub-story thing, dead. Just let me know when your time comes, assuming we're in Europa League, you're going to get your games. If we're in the champs, it's Ramsdale. When your opportunity comes, take it. So yeah, man, big him up, because that's a good move, man. It's nice to see you moving here. Yeah, I like to see that he's coming to fight for his spot. I like that. 27 years of age, it's a dream, but you got to get to work. No one wants to sit on the bench. You are undoubtedly the number 2, but it's calm, people. Big up Omari Hutchinson. Allegedly, he might be on the bench against Brentford. Bad boy footballer. Where's Martin Odegaard's comments? I've already read that. Where's Odegaard's comments? Martin Odegaard, confident Arsenal will score goals despite Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's exit. Who? Smith Rowe Saka, yeah, but how long is that sustainable? Who's getting the goals? You know you're capping. He said he's sad to see Aubameyang leave Arsenal, but believes the Gunners have enough quality to score following the striker's departure. I think the middle third, the 10s, the wingers can. I don't know for the rest. Partey and Gabriel have more chance of scoring than certain strikers because they actually shoot. Anywho, I think it's the team's job to make sure we score goals. It's not up to 1 or 2 players. Fact. I think everyone needs to help each other and create chances for each other and help each other in front of goal. Fact. Odegaard, you're lying. You would have had another goal for this season if Aubameyang didn't steal your thing off the line. I'm sure we have the qualities in this team to score many goals. Of course, it's an area we want to improve and we have to do a little bit better. But I'm sure we have the quality in the team and the way we play. I'm sure we'll create chances. So I don't see it as a problem. Okay. I think it's always sad when players leave the club, but that's up to the manager and the club to do those kind of things. Then we have to focus on the players that are here. And I think we have a strong group and an interesting team. We need to focus on the players that are here and keep on improving and using our qualities. That's facts. Can't disagree with any of that. Shout out Martin Odegaard for that one. I really have enjoyed Martin Odegaard's comments recently. Can't disagree with a word you said there, but where we find these goals, I don't know. Let's hope so. Shout out to Runnison. It's his birthday today. Forgotten, man. Is Mikel Arteta not doing a press conference? Maybe it's an afternoon thing. Nacho Monreal was our top scorer one season. Is it? What year was that? You sure? Well, it wouldn't surprise me. What year is that? Nacho Monreal. Are you sure? When was that? Can we get some receipts? Can that go to VAR? 7 Premier League goals. Are you sure? I don't know. I believe that one. 10 goals. 20 assists for Arsenal, but 10 goals. Not sure. I'm not sure. That one there, I don't believe that, my guy. I don't know what Arsenal that was. That must have been. What's that Arsenal team? Is it Arsenal Desat Serini or something? That's our next Arsenal team. I don't know. Let me find it. Club is called Arsenal. That must be some next one. There's definitely a booked Arsenal team in Argentina. It must be that one. It must be Arsenal Helsinki or Arsenal Divisio in Portugal or Arsenal Bella in Ukraine. I don't know for that one. You was watching some booked Arsenal. I don't know for that, broski. I never want to hear Arsenal and MLS in the same sentence ever. Weird flex, but okay. Off topic, but I was just watching some old Premier League highlights, and Adel Taarabt was a baller the streets will never forget. At disgusting footballer. Bruv, I'm not here for the trusty. Why not, man? DG could fly out to Paris and tap up Mbappe agent deluded. Not even I'll be able to, man. When are you returning to your homeland, France, DG? I don't know, man. I'm liking it here in UK right now. Boy. The midfielder and striker are crucial for Arsenal. Crucial. And Nkunku is more influential in midfield anyways as a number 8. No point. Bring him, man. Man said we'll end up with Hey, man. I wonder why Arsenal didn't sign a striker. He's now struggling to score. But with strikers, we struggled, man. Really and truly. It's crazy, man. We do need 2 options, but we need an actual number 9 first and then do the false 9. Bro, we're basically unpopular opinion. We're basically doing the false 9 thing with Lacazette anyways. Like, he's dropping deep. He's doing what a false 9 does. Really, we're doing that. And as you can see, yeah, you can get a better false 9, but the goals, man. Well, go on, my guy. He went on a run scoring one year, but he wasn't our top scorer. I don't know, man. The Cali must be smacking guys in the face. Monreal, you know. Shout out to Nacho. I'd love someone as consistent as him, really, in the squad. Able to play as a centre half as well. Crazy, man. But yeah, as for a top goal scorer, as the refs would do, nah. Chalked off, nah. It's not happening. It's not happening. 8 goals, you know. 4-6. Boy, I don't want false anything, man. We have false 9, false 6. We've had false starts, false images. Yeah, man. Just sign a pure 9, bro. Please, just someone that scores goals, all that other stuff. Please, you can do all of that, but I don't want to overcompensate because your shortcomings are in other areas. I don't know, man. I'm. That's just me, man. That's just me. Tony is the answer again. Tony's sick. Can play with his head. He's back to goal. Drops deep. Plays off the left, but the goals he doesn't score. He'd be good in the squad. He'd be very good in the squad, but goals, and they're gonna say 50 million for them, man. I'd love to see Ndidi or Basuma to replace Xhaka. 2 different sorts of players, really. Basuma can progress moves. I'd rather a number 8 to replace Xhaka specifically, but I'd be open for a 6 to come to our squad. I don't really rate Ndidi. I'll be real with you. I think he's a good player, Premier League footballer. I would welcome him with open eyes, but I can't see the hype. I don't know what he does. That's so amazing. Like, he's just very standard 6, really and truly. Apparently, Arsenal are monitoring Armando Borgia with the Gunners looking to sign 2 strikers in the summer. The striker is highly rated by Arteta, as we already know, people. Brazy. Away from that. That's it, really. I think Ivan Toney would score more goals in a team in a team thingy, in a team that creates more. But bro, the thing that is gonna stop me is the price, bro. Man can't say 50 million for Ivan Toney. Again, he drops deep, he links up play, he's good, his mentality is good. But these are things Premier League footballers should have already. Like 6 goals in 21, fair enough, but and he's shown in the championship he's a hitter. But it's just the fact of Brentford are gonna, maybe if he got relegated, which I want Brentford to stay up. Actually, it's a good one, but they're just gonna ask too much. They're gonna ask too much, and way too much for hypotheticals. 2 hypotheticals, because again, if we're looking at the prestige strikers we're linked with, you know, all of these strikers that I say prestige, all the ones that we're linked with, they all present their own individual risks. We need goals, man. I don't, respectfully, we've been down this route of spending 50+ million for a striker to work hard, to say no's the club for passion. As much as I gas it, come on now. We're in a very, very dangerous territory, man. Where did you go, bro? Used to listen to you a few years back and then disappeared. But where did you go? I've been a consistent don here. Well, I don't know. I've been on YouTube for years, Twitch for years. You just ain't been looking in the right place. Or you're chatting shit. Nonetheless, love for the nice words. I don't know for any of that, though. You just ain't looked hard enough. That was North London Reds. It's a shame that no one's going to get that, man. I will go for ISAK. He's a pure talent. Martinez is floppy, bro. I mean, not necessarily fair, is it? You know, Martinez has played I don't know how you could call him a flop when he's played a massive part in winning a league title. I mean, you know, they probably won't get Borgia or Martinez, but it doesn't stop us from having the talking points. You know, Chelsea fans were out here talking about Haaland. Everyone's allowed a dream. The hustle is sold separately. I don't know, man. I like OSHIMEN for me personally. I like all of them. But as you said, the goals, and that's the thing. But is it a purple patch from Borgia? Because he's got six, for all the hype, he's got 6 goals. I just think he's playing well, playing very well. A lot to like about him. But again, it would be if Arsenal bought him to be the number 1 striker, then unless you're Arsene Wenger and you can see the trajectory, that's fair enough. But it wouldn't be fair on a man that's learning the trades of the game. He's gone Vitesse. This is his first year in the Prem. Suddenly, you're asking in his second year if we bought him and he's the only one. For me, the next striker that comes in, you're the guy that gets 20 league goals, isn't it? Bit harsh to call him overrated because I just think, man, even Tuchel said, calm down, it's been 6 months. But yeah, man, Martinez, to be honest, if Spurs can get Martinez, then we defo can, to say it's not happening to Kelsey's comment. But yeah, it seems like City, he was there for the taking with City last summer. Things can change. Maybe they'll go back for him, but I don't know. 300 people watching, 153 likes, and hella unexpected high bills. As I said, do not forget to hit the like button, people, because again, we're going to be doing a watch along for Arsenal Brentford. Set your reminders. What's going on, people? Even if you're not going to be there, boost the engagements, people. Let's go. And make sure you're following on Twitch as well, nonetheless. But yeah, what else are you guys saying? ISAK has 4 and 20. The general plays there. To be fair, his whole team's doing bad, but the general plays there. But this is why I think ISAK will struggle physically as well. The link-up play, and that's there. A great listen, always greetings from Madrid. Come on, you Gunners. Big up you, man. Don't see too much Spaniards in here. Borgia's just kicked off. Can't really be overrated, and I don't really see man rating him like that. It's just the media are doing a mazza. Chelsea only sell us pensioners, man. Like Chelsea only sell us booked players. They're not selling us actual good guys, really and truly. The only time we get half decent players from Chelsea is when they release a couple academy dons. Crazy. What else is going on in the world of Arsenal? Paul Merson. Yeah, I can't lie. Paul Merson, obviously, he's got a lot of misses, but sometimes when you see Paul Merson, when he's on song, he's on song. And let's see what he's had to say. Again, just coincidental, man. But anyways, let's see what Paul Merson's had to say. Paul Merson tells Stan Kroenke where Arsenal cash for Emirates upgrade should go. Hey, calm down. We don't want to see that bullshit. That, man, bare pop-ups and shit. Pardon me. Arsenal will never be kings of England, winning multiple titles again, or challenger for such. While Stan Kroenke is busy wasting money refurbishing the Emirates. Bit harsh, really, because you can refurbish the Emirates. It needs to be done. I still think they're only one top-class striker away from being contenders. With that, with Xhaka and Partey as your midfield pivot. Fair enough. But they'll never stick around at the top too long while Kroenke has his eyes elsewhere. Go and sign Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Go and get Ward-Prowse. Again, the headline, I thought he was on song. Now you're losing me a bit. Don't spend it on the stadium. What a waste. I mean, respectfully, you can do both. Like, come on now. We've just seen what the Kroenke has done with the LA Rams, building a team to win now and winning the Super Bowl. Compare that to what he's doing at Arsenal. It just shows you what his intentions for Arsenal are. He doesn't have any. He wanted to do something big at Arsenal. He'd have done it already. Refurbishing the stadium, it's like having a nice house and doing it up so it doesn't lose its value. It's doing up the outside, and then inside there's all asbestos and shit. But anyways, moving on. People think he's doing it because the new Tottenham Stadium is better than the Emirates now. It's better than the Emirates. I don't know, man. There's no trophies there. I don't know. They had world-class players when they were at Highbury. Now they have loads of fans in the stadium, but they don't have a single world-class player to watch. Long story short, it just sums up that he's going to spend it doing the stadium. The stadium is an investment, not the football. They don't need to spend that money. Who goes to the Emirates and say, "Oh, I don't like that. That's a bit dated. It's a nice stadium." I mean, you need to upgrade, man. We can do both. Spend your money on players. Dominic Calvert-Lewin would make them contenders again. But if you really want to go for it, why stop there? They need a really good midfield player, someone who can spray the ball around. Facts. They have all that talent on the wings and nobody's switching it to them or allowing them to stay up further up the field. Odegaard plays 1-2s. He's a tippy-tappy type, nice and neat. He's not going to hit 40-yard diags. That's one thing they haven't got. Or Xhaka needs a million years. I'm going to do it. 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 Then you've got El Nene. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. There's your 5-yard pass. Partey will do it here and there, but Uncle Partey is a madman, and he's a 6. He's not able to do that. So, yeah. And once again, I've got little patience for the midfield because, lo and behold, we have the luxury of not only our manager being a former midfielder at this club, our technical director was. What's the one area, if anything, should look decent? What's the biggest area where it looks like there's the biggest question marks individually over players and collectively together? Fair enough. I don't know much. I don't know anything. I'm just watching, just a humble football fan with a humble opinion. Boy, it is what it is. Stupid games, win stupid prizes. Boy. Crazy Irish gunner. Come on. Kels, I think you're just chatting for the sake of it because everyone's just been gassing Martinez. You've told fans to stop dreaming and then said they've called him average. ISAK or Martinez, but would Arteta get them firing immediately? Good intro. GD intro just levels up my mood. I don't know who GD is, but shout out Taiwan. JM, since we're mispronouncing names. Victor OSHIMEN is the deal for us. Trust me, DG. Never trust someone that says trust me. Don't know how long he does. You'd have to teach him. And I think with him, it's almost like playing with Aubameyang, that you've got to play a certain sort of way. OSHIMEN, for me, could play, probably the one. But I do like Martinez. Man said Calvert-Lewin. Merson talks for the sake at times. Bro, he started moving mad. Stinky take from Merson. Of course, he only suggested English players. If Aubameyang got the chances Ferran had yesterday, I think it would have been a different result, maybe. But current Aubameyang's been missing a whole heap of chances. I don't know, man. You reckon we'll sign a striker or just push Martinelli up front and make do with progressive young talents? Why not do both? We should be doing both. Give Martinelli every chance under the sun up front, but sometimes you're just going to need someone that's just going to put the ball in the back of the net. Our final ball is our problem. Decent striker and final ball training can reach us top 4 and no Xhaka. I don't think, well, I hope so, man, but the striker thing, man. Arteta and Edu watch Xhaka and El Nene with glowing eyes. Reminds them of their playing days. Oof. Big up the Philippines, man. Don't see that too many times. Appreciate you lot, man. As I said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night to you lot, wherever you guys are, man. Is Mikel Arteta really not 171 likes? Let's keep doing that on up, people. Is Arteta really not doing you're not doing your press conference today, mate? What's going on? Is it an evening one? Have I missed the memo? Not that I'm in the media world. Have I missed it? Bit of a shame, then, isn't it? Really? Or is it just we're doing some blackout period or something? Fair enough. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is too injury prone. It screams more problems for me. Calvert-Lewin injury transfer mark. Let's see how many injuries he's had. Bearing in mind, sometimes when you get a serious injury, you start getting a knock-on. I just want to knock-on effect, trying to get fitness again. To be fair, he's missed 18 games this season, and then a bit harsh, being a bit harsh on the man, really and truly, if we're honest with ourselves, he's missed 18 games this season because he's got a serious injury. In the last season, he missed 5 games due to injuries. 2018-19, which is a whole 2 years apart now, he's missed 1. That's a bit harsh to call him injury prone, ain't it? And it's not just you who I find saying that. A lot of people say, and this is what I mean in football, sometimes the narrative and what's true is that someone who's injury prone necessarily. That's someone who's had injuries. Is that someone who is injury prone? I don't know. I think we should sign Ndidi for what? 50 million for a 6. It's not like it's a Basuma thing where he's got a bit more, Ndidi's not progressive enough with the football, really. I don't think it's worth it. It's a myth. Like we just looked at it. It's a myth. Only a fractured toe should be all right going forward. People don't think they don't want Dominic Calvert-Lewin, so they come up with excuses. No, some people legitimately have that concern about injury prone. I'm just saying, when you look at the info, is that Is that someone who's injury prone, or is that someone who's had injuries? And meaty talk. But yeah. Apparently it's at 130. Fair enough. We'll have to catch that one at the rebound. All of them are going to be the same price range, but other than Vlahovic, Lautaro is the closest to the finished product. Fair enough. Dominic Calvert-Lewin as first thought. I'm still baffled. OSHIMEN would be a better buy for the system that we play. Martinez is better in a two-striker formation. Stan needs to sell Arsenal so the Rams can run back the Super Bowl next year. Boy, man said Dominic Calvert-Lewin and James Ward-Prowse. To be fair, I wouldn't mind Ward-Prowse, man. Indeed, he's just a lazy answer. Bit of both. How is it someone that's injury prone though? Like, he's missed 5 games previously. He missed 1 game in 28. I don't class that as someone injury prone. Fair enough. Doesn't scream injury prone to me. From what I see, what you shared, he spends more time playing than injured. 23 games missed in 2 seasons is probably above average, I reckon. Press is at 130, appreciative. We'll just have to catch that on the rebound, man. But yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I'd get behind it, but I wouldn't say it's my first choice. Why hasn't Ward-Prowse been signed by anyone? I don't know, man. Didn't it, the closest I've seen, he looked like he was going Villa one season. It might have been last year. Didn't happen. He got a new deal. Looks like he's going to be a one club man, isn't it? Oh, I say that. If you're him, surely you'd want to try something. He'd be a good side. I'd take him. I'm sure a lot of people would take him, really. DG, do you feel we aren't aggressive enough against and we lose too many 50-50 challenges? In the midfield, I think it's too easy to walk past us, to answer your question. And if we have the ball, we aren't brave enough to circulate the ball in the opposition's half. I do think we circulate it and we spray it side to side. I just don't think we have that added quality in the midfield. No, you're not shooting the messenger. You're helping, man. Appreciative all the interesting takes, people. No one's right, no one's wrong. I don't know about other platforms, but everyone's encouraged here, people. It's funny because we're doing all this striker talk, but we're going to end up with a striker who can't score in it as much as, you know, we love it. We love keepers who can't catch. We love it. Finally, Sam Ramsdale was lit, man. Boy. Don't seem like there's anything else related to this club. Nah, man, that's nothing else related to us, boy. It is what it is. Might do a Latisse instead at Saints, even though, boy, it's true. But again, that's good for him. But if you want to be a one club man, do it. But when you're 35 and you think about, you know, could I have played in Europe? Could I have done this? Could I have done that? Who knows? Southampton might just very well do all of this. But yeah, man, Ward-Prowse, someone that can actually take a corner. We need a superstar striker and a leader like Neves next to Partey can control the game. Nothing else would be good enough this season. Bit harsh, you know. They don't have to get Neves, but I'll be on it. I can imagine all the free kicks we would have scored from if Ward-Prowse was behind the ball instead of Laka. Why are we not talking about Patrick Schick? Myth. We also need that type of striker. I'm not sold on Calvert-Lewin. He gives me the vibes as a player that will fold under high expectations. I get that with Schick, to be fair with you. I can't wait when they finally sort out the front of the Emirates Stadium. It definitely needs some updates. Can't wait. Trust and the bridge. Man, still probably got Cesc Fabregas up there. What's going on? What is going on? Crazy ones. Appreciative to everybody who's locked in. 20 more likes and we've got 200 people. Keep running that one there up. Come on, get a couple more questions in before I go eat my lunch, people. Come on. I gotta go eat my lunch and do some life admin. Before we're back, pardon me, I'm yawning and just doing mad things. You know, get your questions in. I'm going to do some life admin and then I'm back on Twitch at 4:30 where, you know, unemployed to Premier League. You know, we're currently at Charlton. I can't lie. The ideally would be to get Charlton promoted to the Championship and then bust out. David would defo be my preferred choice. And the thing is, as much as we're sitting here and we're saying Jonathan David, you know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Martinez, OSHIMEN, ISAK, if I haven't said his name, Bro, these are not the only 5 guys, because this is typically how it goes. Arsenal are linked with about 5, man. Then let's just say ISAK becomes the one. Like, them links go away. We start hearing we know his agent, this, that, and the third. Sometimes it gets over the line, but then there's a spanner in the works. We need to be able to move in several directions, whether you've got Champions League, Europa League. This guy said no, that guy said yes. No excuses come September, really. What's for lunch is Friday. Chicken and rice. I think I'll order dinner. I'm going out, but yeah. Shit was amazing at the Euros. Yeah, man, the Euros once every 4 years. It's not that I don't rate him. He's a decent player. It's just, bro, what's he doing? Like, he's having a decent record right now. He's had a decent Euros. I just don't rate him. Like, he's 26 years of age. He's doing all right. Like, I just don't think he's the one. He's got a fantastic record, as I said. And just by looking now, 19 Brown Eagle, 19 out of 19. He's doing his thing, but I just think you're meaty, man. You know, he's got 32 goals in 59 for Leverkusen. 19 have come this season. You strip that out and strip out the 19. What's the record saying? You know, done all right. Just not my cup of tea, man. He can score goals. He is not rubbish. If you don't misquote me, I just don't think you're the answer. I don't think you're the guy. You can look at him by all means. I'm hoping to be being proven wrong. He's got variety in his game, but yeah, man. I'm not really with it, man. But keep doing your thing, man. I'm open to be proven wrong. I just don't think he's the guy. Has an eye for goal, man. Has an eye for goal. Can play with his back to goal. Link up play. You know, makes good runs. You know, he's not dead. Morning, DG. Big up from Canada. The government seizing bank accounts of the truckers. Really want Arsenal to win so I can support the red and white. Big up to you. Canada's moving mad in that regard. He stunk out the place in Rome, and maybe that's why we should have gone for Marlon. Marlon's more of a support act for me than an actual guy ready to do this thing. Increasing the capacity of the Emirates. It's still going to tell us to say, what, more, but do you know, that could be more pressure for the gaffer, because that's more, if we're doing bad, more bums not on seats and more money not being spent. Boy, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. DG, do you think the lack of approach from Arteta on how he sets his team up is more of a problem than the lack of quality? No, because I actually, whether he does it rightly or wrongly, Arteta, my problems with him is just being reactive. Against Wolves, he did very well, but it's just reacting. Much like Arsenal in the transfer market, I think we can plan for something, but when a spanner's thrown in, there's issues. You know, Arteta's picked a consistent lineup for me. You know, I think we're attacking a bit better. I wouldn't necessarily say that's the case. I do think there's some structural issues. I think because we're not as strong on the right-hand side. Odegaard has to peel over that, kind of harms us. I guess indirectly you could say yes, because he's picked the midfield pivot, and I think that's where the bulk of our build-up problems come. Like Emre started the playing out from the back. We finally got to a standard now with different players. Once that ball goes into midfield, there's a myth, there's a disconnect. We're not amazing in the final third, but Saka, Smith Rowe, all of them are doing their thing. We're a bit threatening. Ramsdale plays lovely passes and beats the midfield, but I think we're doing our thing. I think in the middle third now, that's where the problem is. And strikers win games, defense wins you titles. Midfield is where the battle is. And our midfield, it's not aggressive, it's not artist, it's not 2 6s and an 8. I don't know what I'm getting from it. Sometimes Partey looks like the guy, sometimes it looks like Xhaka's holding Partey's hand. One of them might not be involved, and then they play well in whoever's absence. Yeah, man. So I would say that really. You could say directly that, but I do think it's more of a personnel thing, which indirectly is Arteta and Edu's fault, because they haven't been able to bring a striker in whatever way we shape it. They've had 2 windows. It has not happened. We've been knowing the case. We're not being proactive as we could. Too much win right now. Hello win, bro. But still have to touch the road, man, and do what I need to do. If you didn't support Arsenal, who would you support? Be honest. You give me sly Liverpool vibes. I don't know, but I don't know. I really don't know. Got a family of United. Well, my uncle's a Liverpool. You got a family of United and Spurs fans and Liverpool. So, don't know, man. I probably would have been a neutral, man. I'd like to think. And saved myself all of this. I don't know, man. Fuck every club that ain't Arsenal, bro. Fuck that. Would you start Pepe over Smith Rowe? Surely Pepe deserves a chance at this point in the season. Pepe deserves minutes, but I think we're stronger with Smith Rowe to get in relation to trying to get 3 points. Not saying Pepe makes us worse. I just feel on the best of days, I wish we could play 12 players when Martinelli was fit. So Smith Rowe gets in. I care about 3 points. You know, the gloves were off. At points this season, I felt sorry for Pepe. I felt sorry for Ainsley being dropped. But you can't call for not you, but you can't call for the club to be ruthless and get 3 points and everyone to get a game. Are we doing this play crash thing or not? You know, I'm not really on it. Play the strongest guys. It's like people that want to respectfully Tavares. When not that Tierney doesn't get ripped, but when it's crunch time and you need to focus, he's let us down. We need to just, and at this point with 16 games left, I don't really want experimenting. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it time. Really, obviously, other people can stand up to be counted. 9 times out of 10, Pepe's our better player. Our better player thingy, you know, and one of our better players in the second half of the season. Nah, man. You know, but to be fair, being a United fan, why not? It would have been great. You know, again, first club in the world I know that has the luxury of being based in Manchester, but fans all over the world, specifically in London, just have to buy a season ticket, which looks a bit like this. Amazing stuff. Amazing shit. My second team is Forest. I ain't got no second team. It's Wrongins. I was a neutral for a long time. Then all of a sudden, I watched Arsenal at Highbury and was hooked. You got that drug, man. And now we're overdosing at the Emirates, really. Surprised there has not been any pre-contract signs announced, considering several players who are available on the free. Maybe a lot of people are assessing their options, man. You don't want to agree one thing and then something else could happen. Let's get to Nali from AC Milan. Would love that, but I can't see that. Love your eloquence and vast vocabulary. Let's go, Gunners. I don't think I have that, but love my guy. Appreciative. Don't think I speak. Where's the word you said? Eloquent. Well, why not? Brands, shout me. You get me, man? I'm saying, man, I'm speaking eloquent and that. Boy. Jack, I don't know what other people said, and I don't care what the man there saying. Respectfully. What, have I missed anything else? Let me scroll all the way back up. DG Tierney could join Madrid and Bernard Sosa to Arsenal. Only speculate. Yeah, we covered that yesterday. My first team is Arsenal, and my second team Arsenal, ladies. Man, support Wrongans, man. Have some balls. We should lose. We seem to win. Exactly. Storm Eugene's about to do a madness, or Eunice, or whatever his name is. His or she's name is. It's a madness. I would love Benassia, but he seems dead certain to get a new deal at AC Milan. So that one there looks like a myth. If Arteta gets hard-headed and doesn't play Pepe at all, he'll regret it because Pepe has some goals in him to the end of this. He's got to use, man, without a doubt. Crazy one, man. Gonna have to. But on that note, though, people, it's been fantastic being here. Obviously, we've spoken about Arsenal, Brentford. We've talked about strikers that ultimately we're never going to get. We spoke about transfer talk and spoke about Spotify. We had some general Arsenal thoughts. Unfortunately, at 1:30, Mikel Arteta's press conference, so we'll have to cover that tomorrow, whatever. One love to everybody. Hit the like button, by the way, people. One love to everybody that's been supporting my streams. You know, this is our second stream of the day. We're always there, 10 a.m. on Twitch and 11:30 here. Again, I'm going back on Twitch to play FM at 4:30. Make sure you're there. Tomorrow's obviously the big one, folks, where we'll be playing Brentford, an hour before kickoff. Make sure you're here. We'll be talking about the game and all these things. Bro, do you know what? Never appreciate you, Paul. Never say never. But bro, always tell you, look, that for me, the transfer talk is just a conversation. It's just a chance to be here speaking with you. Look, I'm never gonna pin my hopes and all these things. If the transfer thing happens, the transfer thing happens. But yeah, man, it is what it is. I didn't think we was gonna get a Aubameyang when we did. It happened. I didn't think we was gonna get Ozil. You can't blame me for being pessimistic, but I can only accept it at face value. And these are rumors. Fair enough. If someone's got Mikel Arteta on speed dial and they know what we're trying to do, then hook me up as well. Let me get that interview and get some viewers and stuff on the channel. But yeah, it's one of them, man. So man can dream. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. But away from that, appreciative and thankful more so for all of you lot that support me on YouTube and Twitch. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button if you haven't. I'm sure you haven't taken in a lot of my other content that's out. I'm sure there's something for you lot. There'll be some videos before as well. I'm going to cut up this stream. I cut up last night's stream. I need to upload 1-2 bits and bobs, and so you'll get that. Need to make sure you're following on Spotify. I've been trying to put these on MP3 and things like that. Make sure you're setting your reminders. Most importantly, I hope you've all had a good week, moving that much closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, and all of those sort of things, people. And if you haven't, let's try and end the day strongly. Hope you're all having a good Friday. Hope you all have an even better weekend. And if I don't come across you lot today, tomorrow, or whenever, hope next week is filled with a lot of blessings for you lot. And as I always say, first things first, health, man. Health is worth wealth. You ain't got health, you're dead. So main thing, hope you all have continued health. But yeah, you lot stay blessed, taking the rest of the content. Yeah, man, I'm out. Cut the track. 1 sec. One love for everyone who's hit the like button. If we have hit 200, God bless you. If you haven't hit the like button, unexpected high build you. Peace.
There's always just that active red flag, defending. I think it's like